Hey DeFi dorks, Chris Pantelli here, and I want to do something a bit different today and talk to you about a brand new project that I've recently got into called VaporNodes, or they've recently changed their name to VaporFi. And I'm on a warpath to build my node to 4 million VPND, which is the native token of the project. And if I can do that, then in 365 days time at current prices, I could be yielding about $60,000 a month. If you want to find out exactly how I plan on doing that, then please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me over at Twitter at DeFi_dorks, and stick around. Hey guys, I just wanted to share a quick video with you about a new project which I've been in for just a handful of days now, called VaporFi, or previously VaporNodes. And I'm really excited about this one. And I want to just run through a few of the reasons why I'm feeling quite bullish and the plan that I've formulated and hope to stick with over the course of the next year, 365 days, on a path to generating some life-changing passive income. So VaporFi it has sort of been born out of the carnage that projects like Ring, which fell apart, and other NAS or Nodes as a Service project have also crumbled, and is basically been crying out for a new dawn of projects in the space, and that's where VaporFi comes into the picture. So if we take a look at the docs and find out exactly what it is. So VaporFi aims to provide everyone the opportunity to participate in decentralized finance. So it's taken a lot from the Strong project, a project which I'm also in, and that was an expensive project to get involved with. I will make some videos on that in the coming weeks and months. And there's been a bit of a tumble in price today with Strong, but that's a good project with a solid team behind it. And what attracted me to this was it's relatively new, and the barriers to entry for smaller accounts is very low. So if you can find, obviously the absolute gem in the crypto space is to get into a project early, and then the caveat to that is to get into a good project early, a sustainable project with a good team behind it and a good community. And I do think I may have stumbled across such a project, which is why I am super excited about VaporNodes. So it's sort of a standard node project running real nodes, and they are going to be yield farming and putting the treasury into other long-term investment projects, which will then go back into the protocol itself in order to pay out the node rewards. And each node that you purchase will receive daily rewards in the form of the native token, which is VMPD. And there's a couple of really exciting things about this, which in comparison to Strong, I find really exciting. So if I just show you over to the dashboard, they were at about 17,000 total nodes. That's dropped now to 11,000. And the reason that that's happened is because they've actually provided natively on the platform the ability to merge nodes. This is something which Strong doesn't have the capability to do. So if you are operating multiple nodes, you can actually merge all of those nodes into one. And the reason that they allow you to do this is because there is actually no upper limit on any individual node size. So all of your, you can have one single node, and that can grow to an infinite number of VPND tokens, which is super exciting. I just actually need to approve a new contract here. So let me just do that. 10 cents on the AVAX chain, super cheap for transactions. So this is on the Avalanche network. Transactions are super cheap, and they also have the ability to connect directly to one of their endpoints, which means that all of your transactions will be lightning fast and also really cheap as well. I'll briefly touch on that as well as we move through. So the minimum size at the moment to get started with this project is 25,000 VPND. I moved a little bit more AVAX over than was needed, and so opened up with about 28,000 VPND tokens. And at the price, at the time that I actually got involved in the project, that's the strong chart. Let's go to the VPND chart. Actually, it does tell me on here where I was. So I was 5 days ago. So that was on the 13th. So if we look here, yeah, it was about here. So it's actually doubled in price. And we did break the 0.6 point, but we've fallen back. Now we've gone into sort of trading range. So I was actually in with 25,000 VPND around this sort of price, and we've now moved up to here. So it's actually become twice as expensive as it was 5 days ago in order to get involved. And that limit on the that minimum, sorry, to open a Vapor node at 25,000 will be increasing as per a tweet today from the VaporFi Twitter account to 5,000 for every 5,000 new nodes created. The reason we had this drop is obviously because there's been a number of people that have merged multiple nodes together into a single node. So that's fallen from about 17,000 down to 11,000, which does mean you can get involved now with a longer time frame before the minimum limit in order to create a node starts to rise, which will be 5,000 for every 5,000 extra nodes created. So within a few weeks, months, we're definitely going to be getting to a point, especially if we have an uptick in price, where this starts to get very, very expensive, very, very quickly to get involved with. Okay, so on the documentation, we can see that this pays 1% daily. It's distributed every minute. And then they also have this, which is another awesome feature, which is the bonus rewards for diamond handling. So if you are compounding your rewards back into your node, and this is what I like, again, a lot better than the strong setup, is with strong, you have to accumulate your tokens, your strong. You then have to withdraw those strong from the protocol and then put them back in order to create a new node every time that you have 10 strong, which is the minimum amount to create a node. And with the Ethereum gas fees, that can also get very expensive very quickly, and it can take a long time. However, with VaporFi, you can compound all of your rewards at a frequency which suits you best directly back into your existing node. Okay, and this is where the power of compounding interesting starts to show the magic, because they have produced a calculator, which I will go through in a second. Let me just make sure I have covered everything here. So price, we're hoping obviously to get to the 1 cent mark, and obviously grow from there. This is can obviously go up or down at any point, and this is not financial or investment advice. But this is just a project which I am super, super excited about. And obviously I've gotten in around $500 or $600. And especially with how good the team are, I'll briefly touch on that. They did an AMA, which you can find on YouTube, hosted on Obscure Crypto Gems YouTube channel. And they've actually got a doxed dev as well. This chap here, Measures the Dev, he is often in the Discord. And the Discord group is one of the nicest Discord groups I've been in. I'm in about 7 or 8 different projects now, and this is a really good community. People are really quite helpful, and the guys in here, especially the mods, he's not in right now, but one of the mods, Lychee, I think his name is, who he is, Lychee VaporFi, he's obviously not in at the moment. He seems like a really sound guy, and the dev as well. He's not in, but he's doxed, and you can follow him on Twitter as well. And that's this chap here. So they did an AMA with Comb Financial, and these two guys are looking to do work together, which is really exciting as well, because when you get an existing established project who are talking positively about a new and upcoming project, and when they're looking to do things together as well, that is really exciting to me. I just like the way I'm not an expert by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. This channel is DeFi Dorks for people new to the DeFi space, which is me included. So as I go, as I learn, that's what I want to share with you guys as well. And this market can be completely overwhelming, completely hard to get to grips with at times. But when you start following people and your own intuition, and you're doing your own research on different projects, if you can find something which looks good and you've got a little bit of cash that you are prepared to lose, then it can be an exciting prospect to get involved. So we've covered that, and we have covered that. So on the keep an eye on this figure, because as this goes up, the minimum required VPN tokens will also increase, and it's going to start getting more expensive. And I mentioned the Twitter as well. They're really active on their Twitter. They actually recently updated the UI, which I will touch on now, the reason why that is exciting. And yeah, they're very active on here as well, and the community seems to be going quite quickly, and seems to be quite interesting to follow along with. So the reason that the compounding and the UI was changed is because in your node section, you can actually compound your nodes. And you see this little diamond here. This actually is a representation of, if I come into here and come down to FAQs, which I'm not going to be able to find now. Here we go. Then they're actually paying out a reward on diamond handing, which means if you keep your tokens into the protocol without withdrawing, okay, then that means you will earn a boost in the reward payout. Remember, it's 1% daily. But if you keep your tokens in, that means you do not claim them, then you get a boost of 1.05. After 7 days, you get a boost of 1.2. And for not claiming, after 15 days, you get a boost of 1.4. Now, not claiming means this button here. That means taking your tokens out of the protocol back into your MetaMask, whereas compounding does not count as claiming, and therefore your bonus status remains. Okay, and I'm currently on the bronze status. So I've only been in for 5 days, so I'm on a 1.05 boost. After 7 days, I'll be on a 1.2 boost, and after 15 days, I'll be on a 1.4 boost indefinitely until I make a claim. My wallet's just connected now, but that's fine because I want to show you the power of what that means. So I started with 27,000 VPND. So if I just change this here, okay, right, 27,000 VPND, and if you claim every 24 hours, then after 365 days, you'll have 1 million, just over 1 million VPND tokens. Okay, and that's without the diamond hand rewards. However, with the diamond hand compounding, claiming once a day, so every 24 hours after 365 days, just over 4 million tokens. Okay, now think about that. That is a monumental amount of accumulation, and the power of compounding to grow a node which could offer life-changing passive income. The only problem is, and this is why I'm explaining to you, is my warpath, okay, is that you need to hold your nerve, trust in the project, trust in the team. This is my plan. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep following them, keep following their AMAs, what they release on Twitter, and stay active in the Discord as well to see what the community is doing, what they're looking to keep the project sustainable. But after 15 days with this compounding, I'm going to be at 31,000. After 30 days, 39,000, and after 45 days, 48,000, and then after 60 days, 59,000. So after about 2 months, then we're just shy of 60,000 VPND. Once we start approaching the half a year mark, that significantly increases to 316,000. Now, the actual ramifications of this means once you're at the 316,000 VPND tokens, as a total size of your of your node. Let's just connect that up. Sorry. Then what that actually means is that you will, rather than claiming, okay, you will be compounding it back into the protocol. So I'm just on my phone calculator now, and I'm just going to put in 316,000 VPND tokens with a current price. VPND is currently at 0 times 0.045, okay, which is 14,220 US dollars, will be the size of the actual node's value. And if I divide that by 100, then that's $142.20. So at this point in time, okay, every single day I'm going to be, rather than claiming $142.2 worth of VPND based on current price, I will actually be restaking that $142.20 back into my protocol, and that is locked indefinitely into the node. But, and that's the but, that figure will grow quickly, obviously price dependent. This is all price dependent. If price bottoms out and falls off the bottom of the cliff, that will be a lot lower. If we have a sustained increase in price over time, then that figure will get a lot higher. But as we start approaching the 365-day mark, so as we start getting, into the latter part of the first year, and my plan is to just do this for a full year, and we start getting into towards the millions worth of VPND as a total size of the node. Okay, so if we were just to assume 4 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 VPND, as we're getting towards the latter part of that year, then times that by 0.045, and then divide that by 100. That'll be $1,800, okay, a day, okay, going into, having to put back into the protocol, okay, having to go back into the node as opposed to claiming that back. But what's interesting is if we can manage to do that right the way through to the 365 days, and if we do have an increase in price, so I'm actually taking a bit of liberty here and assuming that we do get to the to the 10-cent mark, which I think is reasonable to assume, then 4 million for the node size times 0.1, okay, divided by 100 means a daily payout of $4,000 worth of VPND, okay, which puts it at an absolutely monumental, life-changing sum of money. It's just whether or not one can hold the nerve and keep putting it back into this. Guys, that's my plan. Okay, it's the very start of this journey. I'm going to keep you posted. The only other thing I will say is if you do decide to set up your own VPND, VaporFi, VaporNode, then make sure you come into the Discord. This is a super helpful place. Make sure you read the FAQs first as well, and then don't forget as well to come to this endpoint section as well, which tells you exactly how to connect directly to your own custom RPC, which gives you those super fast transactions and low fees as well. So no lag time and much cheaper. And I can tell you from making my first compound yesterday, it was super fast and it only cost me about 30 cents. Yeah, that's the final thing as well. But because we're on the Avalanche network, I'm going to be paying, if I base it on yesterday's average, 30 cents a day. So over the course of a year, the whole thing in transaction fees is going to cost me, around $100, $150 for the potential payout of thousands of dollars today. Obviously, price dependent. project dependent. You know, as long as it's not a rug, as long as the team follows through, as long as they're able to make it sustainable, yada 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 yada. The same old things with all things crypto. But for me, this is what I'm doing, and I will keep you posted. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, a like, make a comment as well. I'm a beginner to all this. You know, I have a background in traditional finance on my blog, lifeupswing.com. But this is a new avenue for me. I'm so interested in the whole space, and I'm falling down the rabbit hole minute by minute, day by day, week by week. It's taken over my life, and I'm just super excited to share everything with you that I learn as I go. And this could be one of those projects that I was fortunate enough to stumble across early on, and it could pay big. So please, guys, let me know. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.